What's happening, bro?
Marked for death.
Marked for Death. Marked for Death is an exhilarating action thriller about retired DEA agent John Hatcher, played by Steven Seagal, taking on Jamaican drug lords in his hometown. Released in 1990 and directed by Dwight H. Little, Marked for Death was the third movie in Steven Seagal's library, following his breakthrough 1988 film, Above the Law, and 1990's Hard to Kill. This film opens with Seagal's signature floppy wrist running capture of Danny Trejo before attending a drug lord meeting in Mexico.
Did you bring the green? Of course.
Of course, the shit hits the fan.
The shit's gonna hit the fan.
Gotta be more money.
Seagal starts chopping of body parts, and a hooker with her titties flopping around shoots his partner.
No más.
Rough day at the office.
Somebody's got a case of the Mondays.
After the massacre, he decides to retire and returns to his childhood home to be with his family, and immediately starts cleaning guns a la Marion Cobretti. He also catches up with his old football buddy, now the high school coach played by motherfucking legend Keith David.
You dirty motherfucker!
And see some Jamaican drug dealers corrupting the youth. There are elements of mysticism and voodoo culture present here, including a sacrifice of a certain animal.
I'll give you a hint. It rhymes with cock.
Don't do it, man! Don't do it! Don't be stupid!
There seems to have been a big problem with Jamaican posses and Colombian drug lords in 1990. I haven't heard much since then. They were most likely complete obliterated by Steven Seagal and Danny Glover.
Okay, pussy face. Fuck you!
Down at the local watering hole,
I think I remember this place. Wasn't this the place where all the ugly girls were?
the fellas discuss their opinions on drugs.
Looks like one of the locals is doing some dealing.
Leave it alone, man. Leave it alone.
Leave it alone. Last month, my 13-year-old nephew died in the crack house run by these guys.
When some Jamaicans bust in and start shooting up the place, Seagal disarms him with ease, obviously.
Excuse me? A baking powder?
But unwittingly gets a hit put on him in the process.
You're dead, boy! Here!
The voodoo posse attack his house, shooting his young niece in the process.
Johnny! They hurt my baby!
His asshole sister blames him for the entire thing.
Don't touch me, John. Don't touch me. This is your fault.
Shut up, bitch!
This is your fault.
Fuck you!
Although I guess she has a point, it really is his fault. That is enough to send him into murder mode, even going so far as to walk sternly down the hall.
I'm a man!
He visits the scumbag lawyer who let the shooters out of jail, but he is busy doing some booger sugar with a couple of streetwalkers.
You give me what I need, I'm gonna leave here a nice guy. You don't, I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm a made fucking man!
I'm gonna blow your fucking brains off!
God made men. One thought he was invincible, the other thought he could fly.
So?
They were both wrong.
Screwface is not pleased that Seagal is being a fly in the ointment.
A what? Hot did!
So he nails a cow tongue to his door. For some reason, the sister goes back to house that has been shot up and marked for death, and almost becomes a human sacrifice. This further enrages Seagal, who gets in a wild car chase shootout. and then goes on a bone-breaking rampage down at the jewelry store.
You fuck with my family, you die.
After snapping necks and cashing checks, the cat and mouse game ensues, and the Jamaicans crush his muscle car with a bulldozer and light it on fire. But he's able to squeeze his fat ass out at the last second. He takes his crew to Jamaica to screw Screwface's face one final time. I honestly think Keith David's character is just a football coach. So why the fuck is he on a Jamaican seek and destroy mission, picking apart enemies with a sniper rifle like it's Call of Duty? They capture Seagal, but he breaks free because he's super strong. Then he uses the ancient way of the Three Stooges to force his enemies to run into each other. Screwface takes a sword to the gooch before he gets his head cut off.
Fuck you, you old stupid bitch.
And it seems as though all is right in the world.
Screwface is dead. Now you get the fuck out of town or die.
I can't understand a single thing these fucking guys are saying.
You must want me on my bumbo clad pass shoot you down the boy.
Excuse me? A baking powder?
M. Night Shyamalan has entered the chat, and we have ourselves a twist ending. There were two Screwfaces.
Screwface have 2 heads and 4 eyes, and that is the secret to his magic.
I'm assuming regular and Philip's head. Screw number 2 gets a particularly unpleasant death, as his eyeballs are gouged out, his back is broken, and he is thrown down an elevator shaft.
Fatality.
They weren't triplets.
The movie ends with Seagal carrying his partner out like a tired child, though he is obviously struggling. Which is weird because he's super strong. Marked for Death, actually a pretty awesome movie in the action genre and the Seagal library.
Kill her. I don't mind if you kill her, you know, because I don't know her at all.
You want some blow?
Yeah, I want some blow. Put your hands where I can see them or I'm gonna blow your head off.
Sell anything to anybody, Hatch, except you, man. I'm gonna sell you to fucking shred off my ball.